Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. Now, drivers, start your engines!
We are ready for a Father's Day edition of NASCAR Sprint Cup Series racing in the Irish Hills of Michigan. Front row, Marcus Ambrose and Kevin Harvick. We are green at MIS. Trouble behind him. That's Kurt Busch spinning down the back straightaway. First caution of the day.
There you go. Something is wrong. Car is beyond loose. It's like a right front flat.
Kurt Busch third yesterday here in nationwide competition, and there's a good look, Wally.
Trying to see who he gets into right there. I can't make it out.
Little bit of a brush. It's like the David Gilliland machine that got him in the right side.
I mean, just looking right now, Kyle.
Ambrose sideways off the corner.
I was just going to say, there's a lot of loose race cars like this.
Race cars. And everybody thought they would be. You know, I don't think there was anybody that we spoke to in the countdown to green or the pre-race that didn't think this thing was going to be loose, as we see Biffle just power to the inside of Ambrose because he loses that momentum getting up off turn 2.
Biffle, the new race leader, and the man that went to victory lane a week ago, Joey Logano, right in the hip pocket of Marcos Ambrose. Jimmy Johnson started at the rear today with an engine change. They made a pit stop here under caution. Right now, the 5-time champion scored in 36th. Here's what he said on the radio to his crew a moment ago.
I'm much faster than these guys. The groove is so narrow that I'm a little cautious, reluctant to do much. I thought I had something working, and then way sideways. So, but the car feels good.
And Kevin Harvick's made a couple of pit stops here. Tough break for this race team, who started second today.
Yeah, that's his third time down pit road under this caution. So obviously whatever adjustments they were having to make, Wally pointed it out earlier. That thing rolled in the corner sideways, wiggled, and he lost a ton of ground. We saw the 15 of Clint Boyer come up on him. But whatever adjustments they had to make obviously were time-consuming adjustments.
They're big adjustments.
Yeah, big adjustments. That's big adjustments.
Here comes Matt Kenseth knocking on the door for the race lead. Inside of Marcus Ambrose, Kenseth goes to the point at Michigan. Stops under caution a few moments ago, Ralph. What's the story there?
Adam, it was 3 stops. He came in for the first one, just a routine stop. Then this fell off. This is a dust cap that goes in the center of the tire like this. Very rare that one of these would fall off. You can see how they're fastened on to the car right here. When that fell off, they had to come back in, put the new one back on, and then they came down the third time just to complete tightening up the car. Pretty rare, Kyle and Wally, to see one of these come off the race car.
And two names that jump out to me in the top 10. Brad Keselowski and A.J. Allmendinger, the teammates at Team Penske, as Dale Jr. goes to the inside of Ryan Newman for 12th, Matt.
And the team that probably was most affected by the tire change, Adam, was the 88 of Dale Earnhardt Jr. It's been a struggle ever since the swap over. It was real edgy at the beginning of the race. They pitted back on lap 11. They took the left rear off, pushed the spring rubber in, and made a track bar adjustment, trying to get better balance. The car was still tight. Back on lap 27, they made 2 more changes. Steve Letarte asked him back on lap 41, have we made inroads? And Larry Mack, Dale Jr. said, yep, the balance is really good.
Track. And the leaders are in traffic.
Oh, nicely done.
Kenseth to the outside of Ken
Oh,
Schrader.
look how sideways he is. That was cool.
Man, that was good. Kenseth unhappy there? Is that what you read into that?
Hey, that was a good move on Ambrose's part.
Tony Raines in the 10, Ken Schrader in the 32. Kenseth tries the outside, Ambrose on the inside.
Well, Kenseth had to check up a little bit when he went out on the high side, and Ambrose had a pretty good run going. You see him slide it up there.
Yeah. Push, and you see him, once he gets up there, he comes back down the racetrack to get out of the way because he knew that was his fault.
Jimmy Johnson, 15th right now, Chris, but maybe some concerns in the 48 camp.
Yeah, right before he came into pit lane, he told the team that the car is awesome, but it's a little bit loose in traffic. However, they took the right side tires off that car, and the right rear had blisters all the way around the center of the tire. Now, this team was having to deal with a lot of blisters on the left side of the car in practice all day Friday. Now that they've got harder left side tires, that issue that they're dealing with the handling of that car, it looks like it might be migrating to the right side.
as you see Marcus Ambrose going side by side with Greg Biffle for the race lead. Junior adjusting nicely to change.
That 88's going to be right there in the picture right
here
there.
Here he is.
Because it catches that draft down the backstretch.
Biffle slides up the racetrack.
Oh, and there's Junior in the second. But Junior was the most vocal guy after that last practice last night that he didn't like the way his car was.
The car has absolutely come to life. A little tight in the center at both ends of the racetrack as he works all over the 9 of Ambrose on the inside. But the biggest thing, he says the groove is starting to widen out a little bit. It was so narrow and edgy earlier on. 88 moving to the front.
And Samantha's got it right. The Batmobile has come to life. Put Dale Earnhardt Jr. on the point of Michigan, but he wiggles off of turn 4.
Ambrose gave him a little bit of a break there.
Yes, he did.
The absolute shock in the 18 pit of Kyle Busch, Dover, Pocono, and now Michigan. Engine problems for the 18 of Kyle Busch. He is taking the Snickers car back to the garage. Another huge blow.
You see Stewart up there, and Marty could probably touch on this. It looked to me like Tony's car didn't come in until later on in the run. It looked like he struggled at the first part of the run. I don't know what adjustments they've been making.
And there is a new sheriff in town, and his name, Dale Earnhardt Jr. While we were away at break, Tony Stewart, the race leader, you ride on board with Junior. Stewart said, go on by. You were faster, my man. Junior's back on point. Outside lane, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Didn't work great for him a while ago when he was the race leader. We'll see what he does here as he restarts the runner-up. When the green goes in the air, we complete lap 125. Montoya giving a little shove there to Junior, who goes around Gordon on the outside. Bowyer getting aggressive in the outside lane. Oh, there's Joey Logano around. Hard into the wall in the back straightaway. Casey Kane, David Gilliland among those that got damage.
Wow. Hard to tell where that started at. You just saw the 20 car come back across the racetrack the wrong way.
Top middle of your screen, Joey Logano in the orange car.
Comes up off the corner.
He just turned down to avoid the 38 car, and when he did, it just got loose on him.
It got loose, and then he overcorrected right around 38. I mean,
that was
like he was going
to the 38 car.
Like he was going to slap the 38 with his right rear, and then drove right around the front of the 38.
Gilliland got way up in the racetrack, and Logano just went down to avoid him. And cold tires, new tires.
It's like Joey spins himself trying to keep from hitting somebody.
Yeah.
You see the 38 get a little loose, slip up the racetrack. He's sideways right there. Joey tries to avoid him, thinking he might come back.
At the worst part to do that, because you got so much steering wheel already turned into it.
Lap 128, number of drivers coming down, topping off the fuel tank. Among them, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Newman, Jamie McMurray, Eric Almirola, Bobby Labonte, David Reagan, all coming down for service there at lap 128. Of the drivers that stayed on track, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Gordon, Juan Pablo Montoya, Clint Bowyer, and Tony Stewart. And when you see those guys that stayed out, look what they're doing. Yeah, playing the fuel mileage game. Shut off the engine and save some fuel.
These cars are really slipping and sliding.
Here we go.
See Montoya up
and there goes Denny Hamlin down on the apron, into the grass. Big damage for the 11. Caution is out for the 8th time today.
And I was just getting ready to say, these cars are really slipping and sliding on new tires. They go down in the corner and go straight up the racetrack. It just looks like a slide job.
Yes. On top of it.
It's incredible.
He was running in the 14th position when he got sideways off the corner. Hamlin has won the last 2 races here in June, and that thing's on fire.
Yeah, he's going to probably want to get out of that pretty quick.
I'd say real quick. There's a great onboard shot.
Find the fireman.
Here's the replay on the inside of Truex. Harvick to the outside, Newman to the inside.
They just ran out of room down there. Yeah, just Look, did he get tagged by the 39?
I don't think he got tagged. Look at the 39. I don't know. Look at the 56. Watch in front of this accident. The 56 all of a sudden goes up the racetrack. You see right here, he's down on the inside. Or
I think the 39 may
39's right there.
A little bit, yeah. Yeah, the 39 was loose, and he corrected it.
And I think he got into the 56. You see the 56 wobble and get into the car in front of him. You see that one puff of smoke. That might have been the 48 of Jimmy Johnson.
Probably lucky we didn't have more guys involved in that accident.
That was
definitely.
Like they're 4 wide and all 4 cars touch.
4 years ago, the last time that Dale Earnhardt Jr. went to victory lane in Sprint Cup Series competition. His only win for Hendrick Motorsports. Been a while for his crew chief, Steve Letarte, since he's won a race.
And I'm going to tell you, though, man, this thing is on a rail. He's got to keep it on a rail for 18 more laps, but it has been, they built to this all year long. I don't care. This has been building since they left Daytona.
He smelled the front, just hasn't been able to get there. And there's a pass for position. Matt Kenseth driving to the inside of Jimmy Johnson to grab the 3rd spot on track.
These 2 guys have gone at it for about the past 25 laps.
2 more miles to victory for Dale Earnhardt Jr. as the crowd stands and cheers here at Michigan.
Oh, my God. I wish people at home could be here to see these people in the grandstands and to hear them.
There is going to be a party in Junior Nation tonight.
35 wins, boy. Hell yeah.
The streak is over. Dale Earnhardt Jr. back to victory lane in Michigan.
Thanks. I don't want to say. All right. Hey, good job, man. I know you guys are